In the heart of the South Pacific Ocean lies a country of unparalleled beauty. From towering volcanic peaks cloaked in emerald forests to pristine beaches lapped around azure waters, this is a land of contrast and wonders. Home to unmatched biodiversity and a long and harsh history. The Solomon Islands is a global hotspot of biodiversity. Its beauty, though, is under the increasing threat of climate change and environmental pollution. The country's economy relies on imported fossil fuels, mainly diesel and gasoline. And it generates vast amounts of wastes that are often poorly managed.
Climate change is one of the priority issues for the national government, but also for the country as well, because of the impacts of climate change on our people. We know that climate change is a cross-cutting issue, and it affects all the sectors of the society, of the country, and therefore it's a very important priority that the government has taken on board. But on a ministerial level, we have the climate change policy, national climate change policy, which we launched last year. We also have the low emissions development strategy, LEDs, which help us in terms of addressing our long-term mitigation aspects. We're also working with the solar power in terms of putting in solar farms to address renewable energy, but also to address the reduction of dependency on fossil fuels.
The livestock sector is a key contributor to food security in the Solomon Islands, but is also a source of greenhouse gas emissions. This is why the government is looking to find sustainable solutions to manure management and fuel use in the livestock sector. And possibly, a viable solution could come from them.
My name is John Kwaita. I am the owner of Outback Farm. This farm is in Honiara, the main capital of Solomon Islands. And I started this farm back in 2015, 5 pigs, and now over the years it has grown to 300 plus pigs. I could go more, but with my capacity, this is as many I can be able to feed. So our main challenge is electricity to run the farm, for lightings, because we are outside of the grid, to pump water, because we use a lot of water on the farm to do washing, and so we use diesel generator to generate power. We breed pigs, and so the piglets, they need a lot of heat to keep them warm at night especially. So we need to generate energy to produce heat, and so we do a lot of cooking too to supplement the food. We do supplementary food because part of our business is running restaurants and kitchens, so the offcuts and all the leftovers, we bring them and we need to cook them again, and that means we need a lot of wood and energy to cook the food. And this is like, feeding 300 pigs twice a day is a real challenge indeed. Over the years, I think back in 1970s, I've learned of biogas. I feel it is an opportunity where Solomon Islanders, and especially my farm, it will be like be a lifesaver for us.
Biogas can reduce greenhouse gas emissions while increasing revenues. Though in the Solomon Islands, the private sector needs technical support to assess the feasibility of this technology.
My name is Nixon Pua. I am the program specialist for the resilience and climate change at UNDP. And I'm also the team leader for the SCALA projects in the Solomon Islands. SCALA is scaling up climate ambition on land use and agriculture. SCALA is a joint project between UNDP and FAO, and it is funded by the German government through its International Climate Initiative. Bioenergy can be seen as a renewable energy that is produced from pig slurries, and this biogas can be used for cooking, for lightings, and in the Solomon Islands we use lots of firewood, which is also contributing towards greenhouse gas and other health issues for women and children especially in the rural sector. So if we need to displace this, we need biogas so that women and children or girls could be using them at households in the communities. So such feasibility studies that was done for the pig farm can be done also in the fisheries industry, in the waste sector like the landfill at Ranadi, the timber industry, and other waste sectors that has the potential to produce biogas in the Solomon Islands.
Municipal solid waste is another important contributor to climate change in the Solomon Islands. And the SCALA program is supporting a feasibility study on biogas production from this resource.
I, as the director of the Waste Management Division of City Council, I sort of like oversee the overall operations in the field regarding what we've been taking from the streets, all those collection points, and sort of the residential areas. I could say that I think the amount of waste that's been brought up here on a daily basis is roughly about 50 tons per day. That's a mixture of all the inorganic and the organic stuff that's coming here. And it's quite a concern to us in view of the fact that the area is getting smaller. And I think with the needs of the country in terms of like energy, I believe that's a good area that we need to focus on so that we could convert some of this, like waste, especially the organic waste stuff, for energy purposes. We do have a lot of socio-economic issues. And I believe the issues we need to address in terms of like employment, education, because you can see kids ending up here. There is no sort of like verified cases, but I think by the look of the composition we have here with women, children, and adults, I believe they sort of exposed to some sort of hazards. On the economic side of it, I think there is a cost that is sort of like attached to this, the landfill issues, and I think budgetary-wise there's need for input into that as well. In terms of the environment, you could tell that, well, the nearby streams are quite polluted, and I think we need to address that. And you just seen, with the area that we used to have the medical wastes, with, like waste from the hospital, with the broken down of the incinerator, they just need to address that. I also would like to, reinforce the approach by SCALA that's been sort of like funded by FAO and UNDP in terms of like addressing issues of waste. Would be a very good approach as well. I believe this sort of approach would maximize, the energy we need, and I think I would give them a thumbs up to proceed, and maybe help other donors that are sort of like trying their best. But I think SCALA would be a good move in the right direction.
Through biogas feasibility studies, the SCALA program is providing solutions to lower the country's dependence on fossil fuels, while mitigating environmental impacts of its livestock and waste sectors. The Private Sector Engagement Facility represents a concrete contribution to achieving the country's NDC and boosting development benefits.